Imagine waking up tomorrow to a sky stripped of its familiar glow. The moon is gone. The familiar silver disk that has watched over humanity for millennia has simply vanished, leaving behind only darkness and a sense of something deeply wrong. The world feels quieter, as if holding its breath, waiting for an explanation that never comes. The night is now a void, broken only by distant stars. The gentle light that once guided travelers, inspired poets, and comforted children is missing. Shadows seem deeper, and the world feels a little colder, a little more alone. This isn't a science fiction, it's a thought experiment that reveals how deeply we depend on our lunar companion. The moon's absence is more than just a missing object in the sky. It's a missing piece of our collective story, a silent partner in the dance of life on Earth. The moon has been our clock, our calendar, our inspiration. Ancient civilizations carved its cycles into stone. Artists and dreamers found meaning in its phases, and lovers shared secrets under its glow. Its presence shaped our myths, our rituals, and our understanding of time itself. Its sudden absence would trigger a cascade of changes, some immediate, some unfolding over generations. The tides would falter, the rhythms of nature would stumble, and the balance we take for granted would begin to unravel. Astronomers would scramble to explain the impossible. Telescopes would turn skyward, searching for answers, while scientists debate theories and possibilities late into the night. The world's greatest minds would be united by a single haunting question. How could the moon simply disappear? News would spread, panic would rise, and the world would feel unmoored. Social media would erupt with speculation, and every conversation would circle back to the same unsettling mystery. For the first time in history, humanity would share a collective sense of cosmic loss. The empty sky would be a constant reminder of our new cosmic solitude. Every night, people would look up, searching for the moon, and find only emptiness, a void that echoes in our hearts and imaginations. To understand what we've lost, we must look back at the moon's role in shaping our world. Its gravitational pull has choreographed the tides, guided migrations, and even influenced the way we measure months and seasons. It's not just a light in the sky, it's a stabilizer, a force, a symbol. The moon has anchored our planet's tilt, kept our climate steady, and inspired countless works of art and culture. Its influence is woven into the very fabric of life on Earth. Its disappearance would unravel the systems that make Earth habitable. Ocean tides would weaken, animal behaviors would shift, and the planet's rotation could become unstable over time, threatening the delicate balance that sustains us. The tides, the seasons, even our sense of time, everything would change. Our calendars would lose their ancient anchor, and the natural rhythms we rely on would become unpredictable, forcing humanity to adapt in ways we can barely imagine. Let's explore this new moonless reality together. Imagine the stories we would tell, the new myths we would create, and the ways we would try to fill the void left by our missing companion. What happens to a planet when its oldest companion vanishes? How do we cope with a loss so profound, so universal, that it changes the very nature of our world? Let's step into the darkness and find out. Together we'll uncover the mysteries, face the challenges, and imagine a future shaped by the absence of the moon. The moon's gravity drives the tides, shaping coastlines and marine life. Without it, only the sun's weak pull remains. Tides shrink to a whisper, coastal ecosystems collapse, intertidal creatures face extinction, fishing industries and coastal economies are devastated overnight. Ocean currents weaken, nutrients stop circulating, and weather patterns shift unpredictably. Ports, harbors, and centuries of maritime knowledge become obsolete. The ocean's heartbeat fades, replaced by a dangerous stillness. Humanity loses its ancient connection to the tides. The world's shores are forever changed. The moon keeps Earth's axis stable, giving us predictable seasons. Without it, our tilt would drift chaotically over millennia. The climate would swing between extremes, scorching summers, endless winters. Ice caps could melt, then refreeze. The equator might freeze, while the poles warm. Agriculture would become impossible as seasons lose all rhythm. The foundation of our ecosystem would crumble. Scientific models would predict a future of climate chaos. The steady cycle of seasons, which life depends on, would be broken. Humanity would live with the knowledge that our planet is losing its balance. The world would become unpredictable, unstable, and unrecognizable. Without the moon, nights become truly dark. No gentle glow, just blackness. Cities would flood the night with artificial light, but rural areas would be swallowed by darkness. Night travel becomes dangerous. Fear of the dark returns. The moon's absence also halts the gradual slowing of Earth's rotation. Days stop, lengthening, subtly altering our planet's ancient clock. Nocturnal animals lose their advantage. Ecosystems are thrown into confusion. Predators and prey must adapt to a new, relentless darkness. The night sky, once a source of comfort, becomes a void. Our relationship with night and with time itself would be forever changed. The world would feel smaller, lonelier, and more uncertain. The moon is woven into our myths, languages, and rituals. For thousands of years, it has been a silent witness to our hopes, fears, and dreams, shaping the stories we tell and the way we understand the world. Its disappearance severs ancient traditions. Festivals, calendars, and stories lose their anchor. Generations who once gathered beneath its glow would find their celebrations empty, their customs suddenly adrift, as if a vital thread in the fabric of culture had been pulled away. Words like month and lunacy become relics of a forgotten world. The language we use, shaped by the moon's presence, would slowly lose its meaning, leaving behind echoes of a time when the night sky was alive with stories. Lunar calendars, like those guiding Ramadan or the Mid-Autumn Festival, lose their meaning. The cycles that once marked sacred time would fade, and communities would struggle to find new ways to connect with the rhythms of nature. The moon's cycles, symbols of change and renewal, vanish from our spiritual lives. Without its phases to guide us, rituals and ceremonies would feel incomplete, as if missing a crucial piece of their soul. Humanity loses a universal symbol of hope, mystery, and rebirth. The moon has inspired poets, artists, and dreamers across every culture, and its absence would leave a void in our collective imagination. The night sky becomes a place of loss, not inspiration. Where once we found comfort and wonder, we would now feel only emptiness, a reminder of what has been taken from us. Our stories and rituals would feel hollow, disconnected from the heavens. The sense of unity and belonging that the moon once fostered would be replaced by a quiet longing for connection. The moon's absence would echo through every culture, leaving behind a shared sense of loss that transcends borders and generations. We'd be left with only memories of the light that once guided us, holding on to fading images and stories, yearning for the gentle glow that once united all of humanity beneath a single watchful sky. The moon has inspired artists, musicians, and poets for millennia. Its light-shaped masterpieces, from Van Gogh's Starry Night to Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Without it, the night becomes a blank canvas. Art loses a vital source of drama and mystery. Songs, poems, and stories about moonlight become echoes of a lost world. Future generations would need footnotes to understand what moonlight meant. The shared language of art and imagination would shrink. The moon's disappearance would rob humanity of a bridge to the cosmos. Our creative world would be less magical, less mysterious. The night would never be the same. the moon's sudden loss would trigger global shock and grief. People would mourn not just a celestial body but a shared heritage. Vigils and memorials would mark the empty sky. Conspiracy theories and fear would spread, deepening social divides. Over time, the loss would become a permanent ache, a nostalgia for a world that felt whole. New generations would know the moon only as myth. The empty sky would be a constant reminder of what was lost. Humanity would be forever changed, living in the shadow of a memory. Countless species depend on the moon's cycles. Fish, like the grunion and corals, time their reproduction to lunar cues. Without them, entire populations could collapse. Nocturnal animals lose their navigational guide. Ecosystems unravel. Even plants, subtly influenced by lunar gravity and light, would be affected. The intricate web of life evolved alongside the moon would be torn. The full consequences would take generations to unfold. Nature's ancient rhythms would be lost. The world's ecosystems would face unprecedented chaos. Humanity would adapt, but the loss would reshape us in ways we could hardly imagine. The absence of the moon would echo through every aspect of our lives, from the rhythms of nature to the stories we tell each other. Our nights would feel emptier, and our sense of connection to the cosmos would be forever altered. New technologies and myths would emerge to fill the void left behind. Engineers and dreamers would work tirelessly to create artificial tides and new ways to mark the passage of time. Around campfires, people would share legends of the moon, keeping its memory alive in stories and songs. A generation would grow up never knowing the moon, learning about it only in history books and faded photographs. For them, the moon would become a symbol of a lost era, a distant dream that shaped the world they inherited but could never truly experience. The empty sky would remind us of our cosmic vulnerability, a nightly reminder that the universe is ever-changing and unpredictable. The darkness would feel deeper, and the stars would seem both closer and more mysterious. We'd finally appreciate the moon's gifts: stable seasons, vibrant tides, gentle nights. The balance it brought to our world would be missed in ways both subtle and profound, affecting everything from the oceans to the way we sleep. The stars would shine brighter, and astronomy would flourish as people searched for new meaning in the heavens. Without the moon's glow, the night sky would become a canvas for discovery, inspiring a new generation of explorers and dreamers. Yet, the loss would be a permanent scar, a lesson in the fragility of what we take for granted. The absence would linger in our hearts, a quiet ache for what once was, reminding us to cherish the wonders we still have. The moon's absence would force us to confront our place in the universe, to reflect on how small and precious our world truly is. It would challenge us to find new sources of wonder and unity. We'd be left alone under a solitary sun, forever changed by the memory of the light that once was. A reminder that even the most constant things can disappear, and that every night sky holds both loss and hope.